Russia's war of misinformation.
There's still much more we need to do to have the confidence that we've locked our digital doors.
Fueling tragedy in Ukraine. Plus, Miami's most famous federal judge.
Do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give before the committee will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Facing confirmation questions this morning. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Julian Davis.
And I'm Anya Joseph. Today's Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Will Russia retaliate against Americans with cyber attacks? That's the latest warning from the White House. As the war in Ukraine continues, the White House is warning Americans about those potential cyber attacks.
And the Pentagon believes they're seeing clear evidence that Russian forces are committing war crimes in the Ukraine. During protests in Kherson, Russian soldiers opened fire on civilians. In other Russian-occupied areas, they dropped bombs on civilian-occupied areas, killing many and decimating buildings in the cities like Mariupol.
Fighting around Mariupol is fierce, but remains at this point isolated. It remains a high priority for Russia because it would provide President Putin with a land bridge to Crimea and cut off Ukrainian forces there.
As the U.S. continues to aid Ukraine indirectly, President Biden now warns that Russia could conduct malicious cyber activity against the United States.
On Monday, hearings opened for the nomination of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. The hearings began with remarks from Jackson and members of the Senate Judiciary Committee. The opening statements of Democrats focused on the historic nature of the nomination, while Republicans hinted at questioning Brown on her judicial philosophy in the coming days. Starting today, Judge Brown Jackson is answering direct questions from the committee.
A Florida State trooper is recovering this morning after he was attacked while trying to arrest someone. It was Friday in Tampa. The dash cam video shows the moment when police say Alexander Hernandez Delgado punched the trooper when he tries to put him in the patrol car. As the trooper struggles, some drivers pull over to help. Delgado is charged with battery of law enforcement officer and resisting officer with violence.
Florida teachers are getting the raise they deserve. Governor Ron DeSantis officially confirmed that teachers will get a raise on their minimum annual salary. The announcement was made yesterday near West Palm Beach, and it all started after the Florida House and Senate approved funds of $112 billion for educators. The raise will increase teachers' annual salary by $47,000. This marks the third year in a row of the increasing streak.
Fall and football come hand in hand on college campuses across the U.S. But as the network's Richard Gibson reports, the hard work for rebuilding the team at FIU begins in the spring.
FIU football spring training is underway at the practice fields as newly appointed head coach Mike McIntyre is looking to turn the program around. Months after the football team signed their recruiting class, which consisted of high school players and veterans from the transfer portal, the team is having their first practices with the equally new coaching staff. Spring training will mainly consist of drills and mock plays for almost every aspect of football, including the receiver corps, offensive line, linebackers, and special teams. The overall roster for FIU football will consist of both rookies to the team as well as experienced leadership, such as tight end Rivaldo Fairweather, who leads all tight ends in the group.
It feels great because I was behind Sterling Palmer last year, so him graduating and stuff, I have to step up and bring my guys together and bring the team together.
One area of spring training that will likely get the most attention will be the quarterback group for FIU. Offensive coordinator David Yost will have to decide which of the 5 quarterbacks on the roster is most ready to start the 2022 season in the fall semester.
Yeah, Yost's offense is good. It's fast, quick tempo. Usually we're kind of slower, and after a play, we walk in, everybody look at the sideline, but Yost's offense is great because it's fast, quick. He put some plays in the quarterback hands.
FIU football will continue spring training throughout the month of March until their annual spring showcase game on April 9th right here at the FIU football stadium. Fans can watch the projected starters as well as the rest of the team compete on both offense and defense. This is Richard Gibson for the South Florida Media Network.
The Miami Heat in Philadelphia last night playing a Sixers team facing injuries to its 2 best players. Joel Embiid and James Harden both unable to play, but the bench stepped up and handed a loss to the #1 team in the East. Final score, Sixers 113, Heat 106. Miami is back home tomorrow night to host Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
Under arrest for stealing turtles, a man in Florida is asked to shell out $50,000 in bond money.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
This exhibit speaks about women and how we are embracing education in STEM program.
Strong role models on display to inspire the next generation of scientists, mathematicians, and engineers. Newsbreak will be back in just 2 minutes.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She can STEM, that's the message behind a major exhibit aimed to inspire the next generation. The network's Collie Ray Skinner gives us an inside look at a new traveling exhibit.
It's celebrating Women's History Month, and it has now hit DC.
The If Then She Can exhibit at the Smithsonian celebrates 120 leading women in the STEM field. The exhibit is designed to open the eyes of young women and teach about potential careers in STEM, while providing ample opportunity to be inspired by today's leading ladies.
This exhibit speaks about women and how we are embracing education in STEM program, and it's a very inspiring thing. Everybody here does not have a PhD, but they have something that has got them and helped their community.
The If Then movement also provides grants and storytelling opportunities to those already in the field in order to create more ambassadors and role models for years to come.
I think as a woman in STEM, it's really important to be an example for the younger generation and even for those who want to pursue it later. So I think this is extremely encouraging to see.
People can experience this exhibit from March 5th to the 27th in museums across DC.
That was Collie Ray Skinner reporting from our DC Bureau. If you want to learn more about the amazing women represented by the statutes, check out the website ifthenexhibit.org.
A man accused of stealing more than $30,000 worth of turtles. Florida man Jermaine Woodford is accused of stealing 20 turtles worth more than tens of thousands of dollars. Deputies captured the theft on surveillance camera. Marcus Cantos, owner of Southwest Florida Turtle Breeder, says Woodford was not a stranger. He was there fixing a beverage cooler. 5 of 18 turtles were recovered.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Julian Davis.
And I'm Anya Joseph. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.